Evening, guys. 10:40. It's 14 after 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. It's still the 19th of January 2021. We were down in Rosemont, California. Gotta get these damn things. Hopefully, we ever get another stimulus. I gotta get me another pair of glasses. Well, East Coast time. It's the 20th, and Trump's already did his list of almost 180. Rudy Giuliani wasn't one of them. And then again, Trump kept it very secret whether or not if his family got pardoned or not. But he hasn't got the stuff published yet. Neither does the Department of Justice. I checked their website regarding it. People are going to start gearing up for the celebration for Biden to getting into office. And law enforcement and military are gearing up for whatever happens tomorrow. In about 5 hours, and God knows how many minutes we've got left, it will be the inauguration starting for Joe Biden. We're supposed to be doing that 12 noon, which is 9 o'clock our time. Except it's going to be in a few hours anyway. Seeing this happen in my lifetime at this point, I was supposed to look forward, and I had tried to feel sorry for Tramp and his family, but the thing is I can't. They caused their own misery. They caused everyone else's misery just for their own greed and name. Tramp family. I'm not going to be using the real name for this one because they are tramps. My book. They have been un-American. Lied, cheated, stolen stuff, conned people left and right. And they're going to count in on a lot of the networks. If I get my damn glasses, I can look at some of the news right now. Right now, some of the news medias are talking about the pardons that Tramp did. I'll probably hear more about it a little bit later and then do a reaction on it. Even the trustworthy Rudy Giuliani gets his ass stabbed. Other people probably get pardoned. I don't know if any of the protesters got pardoned or not. That's why I wanted to take a look at the list. Once they've actually got that thing published out there, I wanted to see whether or not they got it listed with the other people who've got arrested and busted, and if he actually did, well, I wouldn't be surprised. But if he didn't, I wouldn't be surprised either. We can go into retrospective and talk about all the negative crap or possibly the positive crap if he actually did anything, and what his family has accomplished for the country. Only for the last 2 years they've been really going after the Tramp family like crazy. In the first 2 years, they were just getting started because they couldn't believe Tramp got in office. Well, it's politics for you. But when he started unraveling a hell of a lot of programs left and right that we needed, environmental, educational, military, destroying treaties left and right, I had no idea what the hell this guy was trying to do. And part of his pardons, hang on, I got Sam Donaldson on CNN right now. I got to see this.
With each other and the world that we had really from the time our founding fathers.
Chris Cuomo interviewing Sam Donaldson on CNN. And while they go to commercial break. But I had to get something like that on record at this point over here. I mean, Sam Donaldson had been in journalism for a lot longer than I've been born. And I respect his opinions. I respect his columns. I may disagree on several other items, but I'll tell you something. I respect the living crap out of him. And when he gets ticked off about Cindy McCain, wife of former Senator John McCain, God rest his soul. And I get it. Right? It is insane. It is maddening at this point over here because we don't know what the hell's going on these days. And I guess maybe we'll never know. I wanted to get some of this information on record. I mean, there's going to be a lot of videos posted on YouTube, and down the road will probably other records concerning about all the time leading up to this. Other videos have been deleted and somehow resurrected from the grave somehow, hiding in different servers left and right. Or different photographs are supposed to have been deleted and are still hiding out there left and right for some kind of damaging run, either to or for Trump or anything else regarding that. Or even for anybody else for that matter. Personally, it was the wrong decision that America could ever make, because I'd seen other Republican candidates trying to run, and the strongest one we had was Hillary Clinton at the time back in 2016, trying to get into the office to be the first woman American president. First woman American president. How about that one? That would have been something, you know. That would have been something to see in my lifetime. It'd be tragic at this point over here, and it scared the living crap out of me. Actually, see soon-to-be President Joe Biden. If somehow he was taken out of the picture, and then Kamala Harris would be elevated from vice president to president. The first black woman to get the office. But the thing of it is, I'm not looking forward to that day. I'm hoping Joe Biden does. I mean, right now, she's already got a distinction right now. Going to become the first vice president black American woman. I mean, there's distinctions left and right at this point over here. But the things I can't stand right now as it is if we actually didn't have Trump in office, we could have had a different, an actual grand old party figure, Republican, running against Hillary, and then it would have been going head to head. Would she have won? Maybe, depending on the candidate and how many people liked her. But to see Trump jumping ahead and promising a hell of a lot of people what he was going to do, and attacking people left and right, creating a power base that instilled fear and hatred and anger, and just let the darker passions of our nature come forth. And those who felt more in tune with the guy, I think they lost their minds. To tell you the truth, I really think they lost their damn minds. Okay, here we go again. I'm going to turn off mute here. I need to get my glasses on. Go into the agencies, they go into the White House, they go back out, they work in the private sector now, they have all these contacts. It's wrong, this lobbying. Remember? And he said, you're right, I'm going to change it. I know this game. I pay these people. I'm going to fix it. I'm going to drain the swamp. Remember? And remember what his big move was? A 5-year lobbying ban for administration officials. Remember? This was his own rule. Trump signed the order with his first week in office. This was so important. Now, you could argue it actually weakened some ethics rules put in place by the Obama administration, but that's just facts. All right? So this was about how it felt. Okay. What did Trump just do? Take a guess. He just said that all his advisors who are leaving the White House can now lobby. He removed the ban. Now, you would say, well, I mean, he did it the right way. He did it so that while they're in government, they can't lobby the old administration. That wasn't his point. He never said that. He said that this was about the swamp, about the revolving door. They come in and out, and they use their contacts for years, and that's what they do, and it's wrong. Special interests. Now he clears the way to allow those officials to begin lobbying right when they leave today. He did say that back in 2017. About the swamp. Because he never wanted to. That's the difference. Now you know, because of what he did with his own hand on his way out. Maybe one of his last official acts. And if so, is the fitting one. Perspective now from Phil Mudd and Asha Rangappa. We know what this is. Let's deal with our problem. Well, putting them on, because I know they're going to be giving their own viewpoints at this point over here. But you know that a lot of people are going to be having their own viewpoints, ideas concerning about what Trump is and what Trump wasn't and what he was supposed to be, and every other kind of interpretation under the roof at this point over here. Now, should there be a day, now, my question right now is: we're going to be acting like complete jackasses and totally celebrate like crazy, party hardy left and right, or we're going to be feeling sorry for the bastard and give him a more and give him a an Irish wake or worse, give him a very sour and dour service and just say, "Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to pay our final disrespects to the con man who convinced America to be un-American. We who have gathered around social media have to tell you that in our heart of hearts, for those who didn't follow his words of disrepute and miscommunicated wisdom, we now can actually feel sorry for the poor bastard kid and the kids that still have to be raised by them, and for those who followed a family in every which way of their thinking, of their way. We must feel sorry and pity for them because they are truly lost bastards and headed for nowhere. We who have gathered here in a solemn ceremony at this point, we give thanks to the Almighty Father above that we have survived the storm of 4 years of people's insanity and now work to create a better sanity, a better level of mentality. While we put dunce caps on every Trumpster who had fallen sway to this demon spell. And we will make them, those poor dunces, right standards up until the time infinitum. We will never again follow people like Trump. We will use our heads. We will use our hearts. We will use logic if necessary. And if we happen to run into another blooming idiot, may we remind them of us. Praise be to God at this point over here that we have gained wisdom and knowledge at this point. And please, party on! So now I got that damn thing out of my system at this point over here. I had to get something like that out of my system here, but I am just frustrated that we had survived 4 years of this asshole. But 4 years of hemorrhaging of all of our negativity out on each other now. As I said before a long time ago, we're going to have a hell of a time trying to get this lavaged, sutured, stapled, glued, put back together again. Screw Humpty Dumpty. We've got to put ourselves back together again. Humpty Dumpty was just a big egg. Of course, everybody else had a feast over the guy, but now we've got this going on. So let me just say before I head off for sleep at this point, at least for another 2 hours, 2 or 3 hours at this point, is we should feel grateful that we've got a quote-unquote normal president, as Chris Cuomo was quoting at this point. He was saying this on air. But for me, I'm glad we're going to get back into normalcy and boredom at this point over here, because Trump wasn't keeping us in stitches. He was putting us out and into the graves, left and right. I don't have any pity. I don't feel sorry for the kids. Because at this point over here, there is no pity or sorry for the kids. Especially the ones that are coming out of the Trump line. I'm not talking about the older brats. The so-called office workers. The ones who came and went to different places. No, I'm talking about the younger kids who are still part of the Trump line and brainwashed by all of this. Their families are damaged a lot. The family name is a damaged name. And what's worse, we got to live with that. Each and every one of us. A few more hours in the Pacific. About an hour and a half, I guess. And then it'll be January 20th for us here on the West Coast. But on the East Coast right now, they're slowly realizing to the fact that in a few more hours, Joe Biden will become president. Unless, of course, we have something major to stop them at this point over here. But I doubt it. Trump and his minions tried, and they failed. Trump will be silent forever on social media, except maybe in whispers. He can't get back on the giants. YouTube won't have him. Google sure as hell won't touch him. Microsoft is spitting their eye at him. Facebook and Twitter are laughing their asses off. Nope, he'll go quietly. He'll try to make his rallies as much as he can, but his power is gone. And let's hope we can bury this monster. Let's hope we can bury both Frankensteins. Anyway, see you in a couple hours.